Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
Hello all, what is going on? How y'all doing this Saturday night, or whenever this gets uploaded? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and this is my review of SmackDown. I wanted to try to do both of them live, but I'm trying to get a lot of house projects done, a lot of stuff done the next week around the house. So, and I'm trying to get a lot of things going again on the channel right now. So I'm more so doing this thing where I record a bunch of videos at once and then I upload them. So I feel like at some point I should owe you guys a live SmackDown review. But unfortunately tonight's not the night. I'm just going to record the review. But I will, again, I am trying to get back to more live streams. But again, right now I'm just about trying to get some things rolling on the channel again for 2024. Especially since I had a little bit of momentum slow down at the end of 2023, but that's it. This is there. But this is the Club of the Man 1993. And this is my review of this week's episode of SmackDown. SmackDown New Year's Revolution. It took place, of course, last night, January 5th, 2024 in Vancouver. It took place. We had a pretty stacked card, a women's title match, a triple threat match to determine the number one contendership for the Universal Championship at Royal Rumble. We also had a surprise debut that I totally forgot about this person, but I'm happy to see him as well. We'll talk about that. We also had a return, a tease from 2 weeks ago, and I am relishing the stable and hoping it works out really well for sure down the line. But again, we of course have to wait and see. So overall, it was a good show. Also, of course, we officially have, even though it's pretty predictable, we also have who will be facing Logan Paul for the United States Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view as well, which we basically already knew who it was even before this tournament. So yeah, we got a good episode of SmackDown. I liked what we got in this episode. One little thing I'm going to nitpick a little bit at the end, which more so was the ending to that main event, but again, we'll talk about it when we get to it. But I think overall it was a pretty good episode, I thought. Good episode to start off the new year for SmackDown. For New Year's Revolution. Let's get rolling here. So, the show opened up with an SUV rolling up. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman come out. And they get together. And I think they were, of course, they were asked about, The Rock. Because we got The Rock's return and how he basically called out Roman Reigns. And Roman just laughs him off and Heyman just smiles. We opened up with the finals of the number one contenders United States Championship Tournament with Kevin Owens and Santos Escobar. Logan Paul came out, of course, and joined on commentary to watch the match. It was good. At the beginning of the match, though, we got a brawl between Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, who are now Santos Escobar's new henchmen, which I'm interested in that for sure. I'm glad to see both those guys getting this opportunity. And I do think also, even my wife thinks so too, that Santos so far has got a lot of momentum, I feel like, right now as a heel. Which I feel is also where he relishes more at, so I'm really good to see that happen. They, of course, got ran off by Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, which those two tag teams will have a match next week. And I still got to say, again, I don't watch NXT, but if anybody saw NXT this week, or we saw the highlights, I still can't get over that dive by Joaquin Wilde. That is just insane, the height he got on that and everything. I really feel like both him and Cruz del Toro, since coming up to SmackDown, have improved since when I watched him in NXT. They have a lot more on the plate to offer. So now I'm really feeling it. Because when they were in NXT, I still kind of felt like they were jobbers, if I'm being honest. But again, if it's kind of like what I talked about with Roderick Strong in my AEW video the other night, maybe some people are going to get more brought out as baby faces. So much so that you hate to see them be heels again because they don't get to do this crazy stuff because they get cut back because everybody's got to be cowards. But anyways, that was a nice brawl. Again, the match with Kevin and Santos was good. It did go just a touch too long, but I mean, it is the finals of a tournament, so I understand kind of why it probably went a little bit longer. Kevin Owens, though, does, of course, win with the stunner, as we all expected from the beginning. Kevin Owens to win this tournament. Afterwards, of course, Logan Paul cuts off the announcement and gets on the mic, congratulating KO, and getting to face the greatest U.S. champion ever, which, of course, he has not defended the title once, of course, since he won it back at Crown Jewel. And he says it's never going to happen, and Owens, of course, blasts him with a forearm, got his one lucky punch in on him as well. And we're off to the races there. And of course, also, Logan was backstage later holding a bag of ice to his forehead. And we get Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, who are going to continuously torment Kevin Owens, apparently. Lovely. We got a segment with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Bobby admits 2023 was a hard year. I wouldn't say it was hard for Bobby. He just didn't get much to do in 2023, I thought. Not because he didn't put the work in, but because the work didn't give him the results he'd hoped for. But he's staying here with the greatest tag team in WWE, and simple, they're going to fight for and take everything they deserve in 2024. Tez says he, Bob, and Dawkins are going to hop on the trend and fast forward the part where they think the grass is greener and take full advantage of every opportunity for championship gold. Dawkins says it's been a while since they had the tag titles, and Judgment Day should have their head on the swivel. Which, of course, either they already had their shot around Survivor Series and they lost. And then Ashley said he's going to get back to being the Almighty, and he announced that he will be in the 2024 Royal Rumble match. But then things get interesting. The lights go out, and you see a Tron for Karrion Kross and Scarlett Bordeaux. They have been teasing something for a bit, and it looks like last night was when they finally are starting to hit the play button on the big plans for Karrion Kross. Because he comes out, like into the light in the midst of the darkness. Then Scarlett comes out, dyed her hair brown. What's up with women who seemingly anymore are getting bigger pushes or bigger directions, like with Mandy Rose, when she was blonde, but then she dyed her hair brown? Is like brunettes like the new trend now for gets pushes for women? I don't know, because Vince McMahon's not around and Triple H doesn't play really favors like that. But anyway, she comes out. And then, of course, we got a tease from 2 weeks ago, and it indeed happened. Around them comes Paul Ellering. And I'm like, yeah, let's go! And sure enough, attacking the Street Profits was the returning Authors of Pain, or AOP. Call them the freaking Authors of Pain. Stop calling them AOP. Because what makes you think of it? It makes you think of AOP, urine, and all that. Oh, God, that stupid storyline with Drake Maverick wetting himself because of Big Show. Oh, God. But anyways, they came out, they attacked, did their old finisher, the Super Collider. Karrion Kross gets in there and hits Bobby Lashley with a pump handle TKO. So I guess that's his new finisher. So it looks like that Karrion may have like completely repackaged in some ways. But the fact they have Paul Ellering back also, because they got rid of him immediately after they called up Authors of Pain in 2018, I believe it was. The fact he's back with them is awesome. They relish with Paul Ellering, of course. They were excellent at NXT. But I love this. I love this because, one, it brings back the Authors of Pain, who I hope it works out for this time. Because I think last time, they obviously had plans to push them, I feel like, on the main roster. But I know they went for a few months with a visa issue, and then one of them would get hurt and the other would be off TV. The last time, of course, they were on TV was whenever they were being paired up with Seth Rollins, who had just turned heel, and he was starting his Monday Night Messiah thing, and AOP, Authors of Pain. I hate calling them AOP. Authors of Pain were their henchmen. So I'm hoping it works out for them, and especially Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross just needs to find that door to go through. Because, like, when he gets a chance, again, I've listened to, I think, 3 interviews he's had with Chris Van Vliet. The guy's a genius. The guy is an artist. And the guy could be big. I can believably see Karrion Kross as a world champion. He just has not yet had the chance to just push through and get it. I'm hoping the stable does. The only other problem, though, and this is not my nitpick, though, is where do we go with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits? Because I still feel like their story's been like so back and forth. They're pretty much the baby faces in this feud now, I guess. So I don't know if this will be temporary, because I was really digging what they're starting to do as heels, but they kind of like backed off the gas of them a little bit. So I guess this could be them being used to put over this new stable. Maybe after that they'll go back to being heels. Who knows? But I'm still excited about this stable with Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain. But also, too, the reason why I want to be Bobby Lashley Street Profits to be heels, because I still want to see Bianca Belair join them and turn heel, because she freaking needs a heel turn. Although they were teasing B-Fab for a few weeks. I'm not sure if that's still going to work. But even if you want to bring in B-Fab, have her and Bianca be a pairing. Cool! It can help elevate B-Fab. If you want to put the women's tag titles on them, you can. Like, kind of more so be a thing where B-Fab's kind of like Bianca's protege as a heel. But, again, I'm hoping that this feud is going to be a temporary face run for Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Because, of course, also, if they're going to lose the feud, which I would hope that Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain win this feud, you'd think they would probably go back to their heelish ways. But, of course, that's for a Turn Alert, which I will probably be doing at some point over the next few days. But that was cool there. We had our women's title match with Io Sky and Michin Mia Yim. I love this match. I felt this was a match like similar to what we got with Ivy Now, except I liked it a little bit better. This is a match where Mia Yim basically said, hey, yo, homies, don't be sleeping on me. She looked great in this match. And again, if you keep giving her the spotlight, she is going to feel legit. I've been waiting for Mia Yim to get a push. Especially when she first came back last year and she got paired with the OC. I still remember like that pose that they did with Mia, where like Mia got down on one knee and held that kendo stick. They look like badasses. And I'm like, that's such a cool looking stable. I still don't know what direction they're going with AJ Styles, whether he's face or heel. Honestly, this might spoil, of course, the results of the main event, but obviously, if he's not going to be getting the title off of Roman Reigns, he may be, resorting back to the OC and having them go heel and be a heel stable again, which hopefully would dominate like they did in 2016, not like how they were in 2019. But that could lead to that happening as well, maybe. Because I don't know what direction AJ Styles is. I don't know if he's tweener, if he's heel. He's definitely got a new character. Tweener, heel, aggressive baby face, I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. But I thought Mia looked great in this match. Io, though, does get the victory, as I expected. But again, it was a way to kind of get Mia back on the map and say, hey, yo, I'm still here, basically. She looked great, though. She also had an Avalanche Styles clash on Io as well, too. I forgot to mention that. Paul Heyman's being interviewed backstage, and he addresses The Rock. And he says, The Rock name drops Roman Reigns because The Rock wants to sit at the head of the table. And to do so, one must be invited to a dinner of relevancy. But The Rock won't be invited to such dinner because he's just like everyone else, looking for a shortcut to the headlines. And there's only 2 ways to guarantee going viral today. Date Taylor Swift, Why, Paul? Or challenge Roman Reigns. He mentions names that were all smashed or will be smashed, like John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, who he addressed him as an OG Paul Heyman guy, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. Yeah. Yeah. And he says there's no man on this planet that can beat Roman Reigns. By the way, also, a shout out to my good friend who doesn't do it anymore, but used to be on YouTube, Daniel Gaiza. Those remember him. He turned 30 yesterday, and we had a surprise party for him last night. And when we sung Happy Birthday to him, in between each part, like, Happy Birthday to you, he would go, yeah, and then I just kept on with it when he would do it. So, happy birthday, Dan, and hopefully you had an awesome birthday. So then we had a backstage with Damage Control. Bianca rolls up and says Bayley's has planned for the Rumble with her winning it and going to beat Rhea to, win the title, even though I think she's still going to win the Rumble and go after Io eventually. But Bianca basically announced that she's going to enter the Rumble. And Dakota Kai tells Bayley, as the leader, she has to take care of Bianca next week. We've seen them fight how many freaking times, and I think only one time, like at the beginning before Bianca won the Rumble, I think like that fall before, Bayley did beat Bianca, but I think that's the only time it's ever happened. So Bayley's gonna lose again to Bianca next week. We had Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson taking on Butch, Pete Dunne, which I'm still got my hopes that he's going to be Pete Dunne again soon, because they keep mentioning Butch is going through some sort of like an identity crisis, they keep saying, which makes me keep hoping that's a sign they're going to finally give him his old name back. Please. And a mystery partner. I guess him and Ridge for sure are no longer a thing, just for the hell of it, okay? He's in NXT, he's I guess feuding with Ilya Dragunov, even though I'm hearing something about an injury, but I don't know if it's legit or not. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, Pete Dunne has to have a partner of his choosing. I thought this would be when Sheamus would be returning. I don't know where good old Shamo is. But instead, someone I totally forgot about, that I'm going to talk about for a long time, that I actually really liked. It's Tyler Bate, the big strong boy, the first ever NXT United Kingdom champion. At just 19 years old too. Man, that was so long ago. It was like 2017, because he dropped the title to Pete Dunne at TakeOver Chicago in 2017, the same night we saw Johnny and Tommaso break up. That was my match of the year in 2017. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Oh God, I saw him come out and I'm like, holy smokes, I forgot about the big strong boy. I saw him like, that's awesome. Now, of course, all of British Strong Style can't be reunited because Trent Seven was released from WWE whenever NXT UK was canceled. I wish he was still around. I still wanted to see a feud with Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. But hey, as long as he's here, and I think he is here to stay. He was moved to the SmackDown roster on the app and whatnot. And I thought him and Butch, Pete Dunne soon to come, I thought had a good match and won with a double Tyler Driver 97. Awesome. Shut up those. I can't do it. I tried so hard, but I just don't feel Pretty Deadly. I just really don't feel them as a team. They just don't feel like they feel like they're overhyped. I don't know. But I'm glad it's a Tyler Bate here. I do wish though, seeing this, though, made me wish we still had Bryan Danielson or Claudio Castagnoli, because I would love to see Tyler Bate wrestle either one of those. Trust me, if you haven't seen Tyler Bate wrestle, go back and watch his matches with Pete Dunne. I would say watch his match with Gunther at, I think it was UK's TakeOver Cardiff, I think it was, he wrestled him. And a few others, but he's the type of guy, despite being a small guy, he can wrestle like a big man. He can wrestle like a high flyer. He can wrestle a technical match. Like, he can literally wrestle as all of it. And again, I'm glad. Again, like, definitely Bryan and Claudio were definitely two of my dream opponents for him. Especially Claudio as well. Because they're both guys I think that could just adjust to any style of wrestling to begin with. But welcome to SmackDown. I'm excited to see what he does next. Tyler Bate has finally come to the main roster. That is awesome. And honestly, people do talk about that they at some point should do like Gunther and Ilya Dragunov at WrestleMania. I think another WrestleMania match needs to be run back at some point is Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Get them to WrestleMania someday. That would be, again, if you can give like a match like they did at TakeOver Chicago in 2017, like it is on WrestleMania, holy Moses, that would be awesome. But I'm glad to see Tyler Bate again. I completely forgot about him because I think he came to NXT after UK got canceled, had a title unification match with Braun Breaker, and I think last night he was doing something with Chase U. So he kind of like wasn't really doing much, it looked like, down there. But I'm glad to see him. Heck, give me Tyler Bate and Dragon Lee also. That'd be a great match. I'm sure I'll think of more, but I'm glad to have him here. We also had Ashante the Adonis have a meeting with Nick Aldis, basically saying, I want an opportunity. And he says, let's sit down and get something for you. See what happens there. Main event time. We've got the Viper, Randy Orton. We got the phenomenal AJ Styles. And we've got the megastar. Everybody say his name with me. L.A. Knight. Yeah! In a triple threat match, the winner faces Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. The match was good. It was really good, if I'm being honest. So, I predicted a fatal four-way from the get-go. If I had to pick someone who I thought was going to win this, it was going to be one-on-one, I thought it would have been Randy. But again, great match. We had a few moments there where LA Knight did hit a BFT on Randy Orton. AJ Styles physically grabbed Charles Robinson's arm from making the 3 count. I love it when they saved that for like certain moments. Like when Sammy did it in the War Games match. Randy Orton and RKO on AJ Styles when he goes for a phenomenal forearm. LA Knight pulled the referee out there. So basically some back and forth. We also had some action going on the announce table as well. Several people got like sidewalk slammed onto it, but it never broke. Table never broke. But then towards the end of the match, Roman Reigns and the rest of the Bloodline come out. And they basically just beat the shit out of everybody. And the match ended in a no contest. And I don't know, like, did anybody feel like a little put off by that? Because to me, it was stupid. Because yes, there's no disqualifications. But Nick Aldis was out there the entire time watching the match. And you just had that segment recently where Roman Reigns basically told Nick Aldis, you gotta run stuff through me. And he goes, no, you don't. I don't. I'm in charge here, basically. Because afterwards, he walks past Paul Heyman and says Roman Reigns just earned himself a fatal four-way at the Rumble. And of course, apparently, I guess, goes off the air acting like that Roman is unaware of this news. But even I'm like, you really think Roman's that dumb that he would go out there and basically end the match with a no contest and not expect repercussions? Like, that just kind of put me off a little bit. Like, I don't know. I would have rather had something like a count out or like a double pin. Well, then again, if it was like a double pin, then I guess one of them could be. I don't know. Like, I was expecting a fatal four-way, but the way they did it was like either typical or generic or kind of dumb. Like, again, like I said, like you really think Roman Reigns is that dumb to go out there and lead to a no contest and not expect repercussions? Like a fatal four-way? I mean, I like the idea of a fatal four-way. I mean, I would love to see Roman face each of them one-on-one. Well, we got LA Knight already. I mean, a rematch, okay. Him and AJ one-on-one, yes. Him and Randy one-on-one, sure. But I think I was definitely more interested in him and AJ one-on-one. But again, I also can't still tell if AJ's a freaking heel or not. I think because they're trying to get 2 faces and 2 heels, he's booked a little more like the heel, but I don't think he's fully a heel yet. Which is why I still, again, have not done a turn alert yet for AJ Styles. But the Fatal 4 will be good. Again, I just thought that was weird how they just did that, and Roman Reigns basically doing that and not expecting like repercussions, like, oh, they're still going to make this, like a Fatal 4-way because he came out there and beat everybody down. But weird, whatever. That was my nitpick, though, but that was SmackDown. Again, it was good. I gave it a B. We got the Fatal 4-Way, which, again, despite the weird booking at the end of it, will be good. Tyler Bates on SmackDown, which I think is awesome. I'm hoping that Pete Dunne is getting back to Pete Dunne and not Butch. Kevin Owens going to face Logan Paul will be good. We're going to probably have him wrestle Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. How many more times till then? Well, there's only, 2 or 3 more episodes of SmackDown, but still, that's still too much. How many more times does Kevin Owens have to wrestle Austin Theory and Grayson Waller? Got that. Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, though, is what I'm definitely the most excited about. But we'll see what comes next. Oh, yeah, and of course, gotta give credit to Mia Yim and Io Sky. Especially Mia Yim. So, great job, everybody. Look forward to seeing what we get this coming Monday on Raw. Reminder, this coming week, there will be Raw and SmackDown reviews. The following week, though, again, there will not be. Again, I will be out of town on a business trip. But I will use that week while I'm gone in my free time to try to get some video game stuff exported. I want to try to get some stuff recorded before I leave. That way I can work on that while I'm gone. I may try to play around with some stuff for like the new graphics, the new intro that I talked about because I got Photoshop and After Effects now. I may play around with that as well. Expect soon also the Rumble match recaps and reviews from last year as tradition I do before the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. But yeah, just stay tuned for all that to come as always, guys. So once again, guys, as always, what are your guys' thoughts on SmackDown or anything that happened? Leave thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure also, as always, to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. And follow me on Twitter as well at the Club of the Man 93. You may also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all later. Have a great rest of your night. And do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself. And that is not just an opinion, my friends. That is a fact of life. Yeah!